All right, you guys want to check out our big mess? Jason's here. We're here. I started this project, right, of this trailer. I started it, and then I realized, like, shit, the trailer's so big and it's such a big job, and I'm so tired already. Like, I don't want to finish it, you know? So I did the prep work, you guys. I'm going to show you the trailer in a minute, but I'm just going to tell you the story real quick. I did the prep work on the trailer, right? And, you know, we're scraping off the paint that's already, you know, coming up off of the steel. And, you know, Lexi and I, we sprayed down that rust crap, and, you know, we're doing all this stuff, right? And I'm thinking, okay, it's cool. Like, I'm going to paint it next, like I told you guys, right? And then I was like, I started looking at it and I'm like, how am I going to paint this? Like, I need a paint gun and stuff like that. And I called Jason. I was like, hey, dude, should I go buy one of those paint guns from Harbor Freight or something, right? Your girl knows nothing about this stuff, okay? So I'm like totally uncharted territory. I just knew that I wasn't going to take it to a shop to get it painted, because F that shit. So he's like, yeah. He's like, you definitely don't want to can it, Natalie. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, my abs already hurt just from rolling around under it for an hour. I was like, I can't imagine being down there trying to, you know, trying to spray paint the whole undercarriage of the trailer, 48 freaking feet, and then the sides, and then the top, and then do the deck. And I was like, there's just no way, you know? And he's like, you know, if you wait like another week, I'll come down and I'll paint it for you. And I was like, really? Thanks. So I'm already tired. And then come to find out, so let me show you guys. So hi, baby. Lexi's out here helping us. So I have a big giant mess, right? And I thought like the trailer was prepped and ready to go, and then I realized like it really wasn't. So we're doing the grinder work right now. We took out all the lights. Thank you, Lexi, for your help. We took out all the lights, right? Jason's gonna, hi, Jason.
Hi.
Thank you, Jason. Took out all the lights. Grinding off, you know, the yucky stuff. And gives us a good opportunity, you know, to double check everything, make sure everything is solid. It's all my lights. We're going to power wash it. I already registered it. We're going to power wash it, let it dry, then hopefully paint it either today or early tomorrow morning and let it dry. So I'm going to show you guys that. That's pretty much like an overview of what we're going to do. It's been a long day. Sun's coming down, so we're gonna wrap it up. A couple cracks on the fenders, which is common, so Jason's fixing that. Trying to find one for you guys. Let me go on the other side real quick. You know, when we took off the lights, saw that this had a crack, and that's cracked, and that's cracked. So we're gonna weld. There's a lot of flex, you know, there's a lot of flex in the fenders, and they just got to get filled in a little bit. I'm tired. My horse doesn't like the welder. He keeps staring at us going, what are you doing? I smell fire. What, Simon? What, Sai? You smell the fire? I gave him a bad haircut the other day. Can you tell? So I'm tired. Take a shower. And we'll start on it tomorrow. Power wash it, I think. I think the plan is to power wash it tomorrow. Oops, too much. Power wash it tomorrow and let it dry. Next day we worked on some fabrication. There's no storage boxes on this trailer. No storage boxes on my truck. So I decided we would put the weather guard that was in the bed of my truck, we would mount it onto the front of the trailer. So Jason welded down some flat strap so that it would be good and strong, and it would hold, you know, the weight of the box and everything that's going to be in the box, all the chains and the straps and everything. So that was the chore for the next morning. It is one of those days, you guys, where the project looks the same as it did yesterday afternoon, and it is now 24 hours later. today afternoon, and it damn near looks the same, but you've been working on it all day, right? Except for this. This is the big accomplishment. Is welding this all. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, pretty. Gonna put my weather guard there, which is actually perfect. It's fine. It's perfect. I like it. So we added some, Jason. I say we, right? Jason. Added that and that. We're gonna add a little bit more steel. He's gonna weld some more bracing on it so that it definitely doesn't go anywhere, because I'm sure the box is going to be very heavy. We want to make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. But the more that we get into this project, the more pleased I am with my purchase. And in my opinion, this trailer is the ultimate hotshot Stepdeck trailer. It's the lowest trailer. I did scale it. It weighs 8,500 pounds. It's the lowest, it's the lightest. It's going to give me the most versatility of any trailer that I could possibly have on the market. So the more that we did work on it throughout these days, I just realized, like, I was so pleased with my purchase. So I started to stain the upper deck, because we had to stain at least right there where the weather guard was going to cover. Red wood was the color that I chose, and this was the stain that I chose, was Cabot deck stain. It worked really nicely, and I was pretty pleased with what it looked like. It's just another view of the upper deck. I just had finished staining that little piece right there so that we could mount the weather guard. And that's how low it is, you guys. I literally stepped off of it. You guys know I'm 5'1", so I literally just stepped down and boom, I'm on the lower level, and I can step right down from there as well. It's really low. It's a 2018 for where she's been, you know, up in the north. You know, this is probably the original deck. It looks like the original deck, at least judging by the type of screws and where the screws are placed. Looks like the original deck, except for one piece of board here, which is very good shape. Got all of the, see that one piece of board has been definitely replaced. If it's not the original deck, somebody did a very good job replacing the deck and done it recently. So Jason just spent the morning power washing the trailer. And the trailer's, I mean, I spent the first day Jason was here, the first full day, I did nothing but 7 hours of crawling under the entire trailer, you know, and scraping off all of the yucky stuff, the paint that has peeled off and stuff like that. Checking every single cross member, checking the frame, you know, checking everything, the inside of the suspension. The axles have been replaced recently. They've got clear as day stickers, brand new Dexter axles, or very new Dexter axles on them, so that's a good sign. Some of the hubs have been replaced, which we can clearly see that. Some of the lug nuts are 7/8, and then some are whatever 13/16, I think. So that kind of sucks because I have to carry both, but that's not a huge deal, you know, not a huge deal. The only crack, you guys, minus these, right? I told you about the fenders, which those are those cracks happen just because the trailer is going to flex a lot. So Jason, you know, welded the couple that were cracked. So that was a crack, but that's not a structural. Sorry, that's not a structural crack. That's just for pretty. But this was the one that we found, and Jason welded it and then put a plate and welded the plate just to ensure that we won't have any issues again. And again, that's from the front axle. This happened as well with my Delco, you know, the actually in front of the front axle on my Delco. Very new. The trailer was probably 9 months old, and I noticed the crack on the passenger side. So it's from flex and probably the type of axles, maybe, who knows, maybe the way I loaded it at one point, but it had a big crack, and we did the same thing. Welded the crack and put a plate on it, and you know, I've checked it obviously all the time on the Delco. Ran it for another 4 years after that, never had another issue with it. But this was the only kind of big issue, you know. Already done, fixed. It's beautiful. And other than that, Jason's working on the fenders. I'm going to jack up the rear of the trailer as much as I can with the floor jack so we can start climbing under it. Lexi taped off the electrical here. See that? Lexi taped off all those guys. So we're getting closer to paint. It's just You know, it's one of those things, right? When you do it at home, it's slow going and it takes time. And of course, the weather has already changed. The time change has already happened. So our, 10 to 11 hours of daylight are no longer. It's literally 7:30 to 5:30, and that's all you get. So we're doing the best that we can here. I'm exhausted. I've been exhausted the last 2 or 3 days. Haven't been as helpful as I've wanted to be, which sucks for me, but and it sucks for Jason too, because I know, right? I'm not helping as much as I normally would, but oh man, you guys, I've been exhausted, like physically and mentally exhausted. So I don't know what's up with that, but hoping to shake that off. Today I feel better, but the last couple days I've been pretty much just dragging ass. Reusing my plastic fenders from the white truck, from pulling them off of the white truck and the flatbed that we put on it. So I quickly learned, first I told Jason, no, we don't need the fender, screw it, and then I quickly learned, like, yeah, we totally do need fenders. Mud everywhere, all over my cab and everything. So we're reusing them, right, making them fit. They're $900, so I was definitely not going to buy a new set. And he's doing a patch job for me, because this one broke. Driver I hired several years ago, going over Donner Pass in snow season, so he had the snow chains on, and snow chain of course broke loose and busted the fender. So we're doing a little patch job on it to at least make it look better. These things were $900, you guys, 4 years ago when I bought them, the fenders. So I'm like, no, I'm not buying new ones. $50 or less in little supplies and everything, and we'll get a patch on it, and it's gonna look great.
Go get one.
Oh, well, come back, because
I'm gonna go get it.
You're the boss. So I told you guys I don't like paint. I don't know how to paint. I don't like to deal with the tape. I don't like to deal with the plastic. I don't like to deal with the paint. Huh, Lexi? I'm not the painter of the family. But we muscled through it. We pulled Grandma out. Grandma's the good painter. Lacquer, thinner, paint, not paintbrush, paint, gun, and all kinds of stuff, you guys. It's a whole lot of trailer when you start taping it down and prepping it to paint. Snack time. Lexi, did you like Grandma's egg roll balls? They were pretty good. I don't know what they're really called, but that's what we're calling them. They're bomb. Pain in the ass to make. Oh, really good. Yeah, it's gonna be dark in a couple of hours. So went to the local, hardware store, whatever, and we got this tractor and trailer paint. They had 2 gallons of the glossy black and 2 gallons of the flat black. I'm of the, if I need to, I want to buy 4, especially because we don't live in town. We live outside of town, so it's like 15-20 minute drive to go to town. So especially when Jason and I have been doing these projects, I've been like, okay, if we think we need to, I want to buy 4, and I'll return it next week. I'm like, I'll return it next week. I don't care, but I just don't want to keep going back and forth to town, right? Which we end up doing anyways, of course, because that's just the way that it happens. But at least we don't go back for the same shit. We estimated that we needed 2 gallons, and I was like, dude, I'm buying 4, and they don't have the paint to match. So I was like, do the undercarriage flat, and we'll do above, on the sides, on the top of the trailer, we will do the glossy, and I got new DOT paint, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm hoping that 4 gallons is enough. But it was about I think it was like $60 a gallon on this stuff. And then the same thing with the deck stain. I ended up buying 3 gallons of that. I probably only need 2, but I bought 3. And I'll stain the baby trailer. I still have the 24-foot gooseneck, the small trailer that I used to take people to the DMV and get them their hotshot CDL. I still have that 24-foot gooseneck. So I've never stained that deck. I've owned it for like 3 years now. So I'll probably just stain that deck with anything left over. Make it look nice, because it's going to get rained on all winter here. And that trailer doesn't hardly go anywhere. That's the trailer I used to pull my side-by-side around in, and it's the emergency, oh shit, I have a load, but all my other big trailers are down. So that's the emergency trailer. That's the emergency, oh shit trailer. I'm the official paint gun bowl refiller. So my job is to just stand here and watch TikTok until a paint gun gets thrown at me, and then I refill it. It's quite an exciting job. Pays minimum wage, but it's all right. Well, according to the sun, we still have a bunch of daylight. It's still kind of high in the sky, but over here and under the trailer, it's getting pretty dark. It's getting a little bit dark, so I'm sure he's fighting the shadows and stuff like that, and painting black on black is never the easiest thing to do, especially in the shadows. But he started at the rear, you guys, and I don't know, it's probably been at least 90 minutes, and now he's at about the halfway point. We got about, at least of the bottom deck, he's at the halfway point. And we got about half the trailer left to go. Hopefully we have enough light. The light keeps up with him enough down there that he can continue. And hopefully our goal is to, paint the entire undercarriage today before dark. Day 479 of this build. It's kicking my ass. Taking the mud flaps off. And I have the new mud flaps. I just gotta measure and cut the new mud flap with that little angle on it. Yeah, okay. A Ford wishes it was as big as a Freightliner, but it's just as mighty, right? So in honor of the only semi full-sized rig that's in my fleet, which is a Freightliner, so I went with Freightliner. The other truck has some Peterbilt mud flaps coming in the mail if they ever get here. Amazon has been dicking me around a little bit, so had to cancel one order, get another order. I don't know if it's ever gonna get here, but I got mud flaps for the white truck that are gonna be Peterbilt mud flaps, because why not? It's so cute. I love it. I think people are gonna get a kick out of that. A little chuckle. What's next? Next we're doing I just did the fuel filter under the hood of this gray truck. Now I'm gonna climb down. Grab me a that blue blanket, moving blanket there on the ground, and let's get it under this truck so I can I'm gonna change the fuel filters on both trucks right now, and then I need to change the air filter on the white truck next as well. So we're gonna do that, and we're still waiting for kind of like the dew to dissipate and the sun to come out a little bit, so that we can finish working on this step deck. That's a good diesel for the next burn pile we got going on.
Yeah, and it doesn't blow off like gas.
Don't be wasteful, right, Jason? Right, Lexi? Right. I'll tell you guys how much I hate painting. It's a freaking pain in the butt. We mixed the paint for the outside of the trailer. Mixed 2 gallons, and now my 8-gallon air compressor is not enough. So we got Jason's big tank, and now we're trying to figure out how to marry these 2 suckers together so they work, so he can spray without stopping. I just want to go watch Netflix. I'm tired. I'm over with this project. I'm done with it, you guys. We still have so much more to do. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. That's painted, and that's not painted. Still got a lot to go. We're on the second coat. It's looking a whole heck of a lot better. Hasn't started the upper deck yet, and I hadn't checked the weather in several days. Last time I checked it, it was supposed to be all clear. Then I started looking up at the sky, and I said, better check the weather. Well, 30-40% chance tomorrow of rain, so it's gonna sprinkle on our paint job. I'm stressing out about it, but what can we do? Nothing. Can't do nothing, just paint it. Let's start letting it dry and pray that it doesn't get ruined, I guess. So take a look at it in the morning. Once we're done in about another hour, that's that's it. And hopefully we don't get any rain tomorrow, but Google says 30-40% chance, 0.2 inches. Hopefully that could be enough to ruin the paint job. So I've got my fingers crossed. I'm praying that it doesn't. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it's raining. It's sprinkling. It's sprinkling right now. Hopefully I got a 3-hour break in the weather. You guys can't tell, but it's just it's just a super light mist right now, but it rained pretty much since I think about midnight. The paint, the wonderful news is the paint freaking dried and it looks absolutely phenomenal, wonderful, beautiful, and I love it. And we have a slight drizzle, right? But we got about hopefully a 3-hour break before the drizzle turns back to rain. So Jason and I are gonna just hurry up as quick as we can and put the tires back on. I'm gonna start cleaning out all of the lights, as well as the pigtails where the lights connect into. I'm gonna run around the trailer and connect those. The upper deck had light circles cut out, right, but didn't have any lights. So we went ahead and bought brand new lights, brand new pigtails. So Jason's gonna add those in. Mounted the weather guard. The weather guard got painted. That looks really nice. This didn't get painted. All the undercarriage of the upper deck, that did not get painted, unfortunately. We were out here till about 7 o'clock last night with the trucks and the lights of the trucks, and we just couldn't do any more. You know, you can't freaking see what you're painting. So so that did not get painted. That'll just have to be for another day, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. The weather is questionable right now. But that was the only thing that didn't get painted. Everything else looks really, God, it just came out absolutely beautiful. But the weather, of course, brings a separate set of challenges. Primarily, we can do the lights and the wiring today. Throw all the ramps back up on it. I'm not going to be able to stain the deck. I got 3 gallons of pre-mixed stain that I'm not going to be able to use because you know, you need dry wood to paint, so that kind of sucks. And then number 2, I can't attach DOT tape to a wet trailer. So we're gonna do brakes and lights over the next couple of hours, and then probably gonna take a break. We'll see how far we can get. God, it's just 3 days turns into 6, and half of that's because of the weather and half of it's because of other, you know, delays, and just, I don't know, just, it's a big project. It's a whole freaking lot of trailer. I'm so grateful that Jason came down and painted it with that paint gun, spray paint thing. I would have never been able to do it on my own. So, and it looks beautiful. I can't wait to show it to you guys in the sunlight. Lexi and I got all the tires on. We had a lug nut fiasco. Oh, I forgot to tighten those ones. I gotta tighten those ones. We got the tires on the other side. We got these things soaking because they were all nasty. I have to wipe them down. Jason's running my top lights. Jason's running my top lights up there. Here's a nice piece of wiring. We're going through the wiring. Jason's like, who in the hell do this and do that? And why'd they do this? So I'll just show you guys. He said it's a mess waiting to happen, a problem waiting to happen. So he just cut it out and he's over there fixing the rest of it. But yeah, the wiring is very important. You buy a used trailer, that's like probably the most important thing. I've got all the lights into their pigtails. I haven't pushed them all in because Jason said we need to check first that they're all going to be working properly, and then we'll push them all in. And hopefully we don't have any problems there. We have to add a license plate light. I got to go find that, and I'll put the license plate on it as well. Go find that. My absolute least favorite chore. Trying to figure out what other idiots did before we got the trailer.
No big deal.
Okay. But it is a good opportunity because we're going to get the winch. We're going to get the winch working. So I pulled out my old Marine Cycle battery. That's the battery that came with the trailer. Not sure if it works or not. I have one that's newer that's been sitting a while. So we're charging that. We're gonna put that battery on for the winch. And I had spare pigtails and spare wiring. So Jason's just rerunning it. Oh, would you look at that, you guys? We got lights. Wrapping up the last non-functioning light. Of course, we're running behind. It's sprinkling again. Monday morning, day 6 of a 3-day build. I'm trying to put all the DOT tape on. Doesn't want to stick because it's still sprinkling. Morning, Jason.
Morning.
Say hi, YouTube. See, it's kind of peeling off. So I'm putting it on because I don't need DOT stopping Jefferson for less than 50% reflective tape. But I'm gonna send Jefferson with the roll because I don't think it's all gonna stick. Just have to wait till it dries out a little bit. But I just got this little piece left to go. She's done, boys and girls. Whew. We got the trailer number on there, some DOT tape. I'm probably gonna change that DOT tape on the upper deck so I can get my little Hot Shot Adventure stickers up on it eventually, so I didn't do too much. Tried to make them straight as could be, but those ones look like we've been drinking, which we have not, but that's all right. She's done. No time to stain the deck. No time. No time to stain the deck. We checked all the air pressure on the tires. Those are good. We got a license plate on it. We got an inspection sticker on it. We changed out the battery on the winch. Don't know if it works. Didn't test it. No time. But you guys, I already got Jefferson. Oh, we're already making use of the upper deck. I just booked him a 6-foot long load that'll go on the upper deck, and then I booked him half the trailer out of my hometown, which is very rare, very rare to get a load out of my hometown. I have done it this will be the 3rd time, so you know, I'm out in the country, so not close to any big towns, but we actually found a load coming out of my hometown. And Jefferson took the truck to the tire shop because the front driver tire was low for some reason. So don't know if it's a valve stem, don't know what it is, but I told him just go now. We're not connected, you know, just go now. When he comes back, he'll hook up and start loading this trailer up and get the heck out of here. We're gonna hopefully make some money on the upper deck already, so I'm very happy and grateful about that. And you guys, that was it. Gosh, she looks beautiful. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Everything's working on her. You guys keep your fingers crossed for me that this one does well, and Jefferson is you know, successful in the new trailer. But that's it, you guys. There she is. If you see her and the gray wolf out on the road, say hi to Jefferson. He's about 7 feet tall. He's a big old guy. And say hi to him. He'd love to say hi to you. And let's go make some money with this thing. Bye. Bye, new trailer. Bye, Jefferson. Be careful. Jefferson left my yard and started to load up the trailer. He's already made use of the upper deck, and I'll do another video on the trailer's progress. But thus far, Jefferson absolutely loves the trailer. He says it tracks beautifully. He's getting over 10 miles a gallon, and it's just so far so good, you guys. So it's been a couple days he's been out on the road, and we're praying for continued success. I hope you guys are all well. Stay tuned soon for the next video.